Like, that is female friendship. Finished reading Cloud Cuckoo Land. But I wanted to let you know, I went through a breakup in the past few days. Hi besties, welcome to a weekly vlog. I have not vlogged in, oh my god, weeks now. I was really on a roll with vlogging and YouTube and I was loving it. And then I got a new job and my life just took over and I have not filmed anything, nor have I made Instagram content for weeks. I'm back, I feel settled in my new job. I want to talk about it more and I want to show you some of it this week because I will be working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. So I'm going to bring you along for a little bit of my job, which will hopefully be interesting. Today is Monday, it's the beginning of the week. It's currently 11:40-ish, so still morning technically. I've had a very slow morning. I woke up at 10 with like a bit of a cold. I'm sorry if you can hear it in my voice. My voice feels a little bit like gravelly, but I woke up in the night with like a blocked nose and I'm dreading that this means I have some kind of flu virus cold coming. I came back from London a couple weeks ago with a cold and it was really intense for like a week. Like I could not shake this cold off for the life of me. So if I'm getting ill again only a couple weeks later, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I swear to God, I will be so annoyed if I get ill again. I'm just about to head out for the day. It's actually really rainy. Let me show you the weather. It's disgusting. You can tell it is autumn, but look at the rain on my windows. Oh, it's really gloomy. I have work from 4 till 5. I'm tutoring a student, but aside from that, I'm not really working today. So I'm just going to read. I might go into the charity shop. I want to find secondhand copies of the Bone Season series by Samantha Shannon. My bestie and I are going to buddy read it over the next coming months because there's a new book being released in February. Shannon loves the Bone series and she sent me, oh my god, I've just realised my bestie Shannon has the same name as the author. Shannon bestie? Samantha? Oh no, her name's Samantha Shannon. Her first name's Samantha, not Shannon. She's got two first names as her first and last name. I'm on such a tangent. Let me just route us back to what we were actually talking about. Let's get out of the house and let's just have a little bit of a fun reading day.
Sunshine, a bottle of wine, talk about our daydreams. Hey, it seems we're kind of alike. Wave our hands at every single airplane.
Hi besties. It's currently around 7:30 p.m. I've just got out the shower, hence the towel on my head. I haven't filmed anything since I got coffee and my donut and I read my book earlier. I got back to my car after like an hour. I still had a bit of time to stall before my tutoring was meant to start. Some man proceeded to shout at me and he actually stuck his head, like he opened the door, like the passenger door of my car, and like leant into my car and shouted at me for parking where I'd parked, even though I was like completely legally parked, had displayed my parking disc and everything. He was not a parking attendant, warden, police officer, like no one that should have been shouting at me about parking. He just decided that I shouldn't have parked there and he put his head in my car by opening my passenger door and shouted in my face. And when I asked him to leave my car, he didn't, and so I cried. At which point he then left. I'm smiling and laughing about this now. I was not smiling and laughing about it at the time. I was actually really upset. I just felt really intimidated. I don't want to talk about it in too much detail. Like, it was a really random incident and he was probably just having a bad day. It just threw me off kilter and I just didn't want to pick my camera up after that. So I ended up going to the library, my safe space. Had to go and be amongst the books to recover after that incident. So I went to the library, I killed some time, I read my book, and then I tutored my student. Obviously couldn't film that, I didn't want to stick a camera in their face. So I did my tutoring and then came home. So I just made ramen. I had my ramen, I just had my shower. Before I talk about the book that I'm currently reading, I want to talk about the fact that I went into Molton Brown. If you're in the UK, you'll know what Molton Brown is. It's a really nice, like, It's a really nice soap company. That's not the word for it. Like they do like body washes, lotions. I have never before in my life, and this is how I know I'm now heading into my mid-20s, I've never before in my life cared about body wash. I've never given it a second thought. At university, I would buy £1 body wash and that was that. That was the end of it. Couldn't care less what it smelled like, couldn't care less about what was in it. That was that. Now, I got one little taste of Molten Brown because I had a small like gift bottle of it someone had given me and I was like, oh shit, this is nice. This is how the other people are living. So I went and bought myself a full-sized bottle of it. I went for the orange and bergamot scent because this is the one, I can be like a 2014 YouTuber and show you it. This is the one that I got gifted. And when I tell you this shit smells amazing. It smells incredible and it feels really nice on. I want to talk to you about my current read. Before I do that, let me get the dust jacket because you need to see the cover. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but as soon as I start a hardback, that dust jacket is coming off. Like I am not reading a book with the dust jacket on. No way, over my dead body. I am currently reading Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I still haven't figured out how to pronounce his surname. Doerr. If you don't know what this book is about, it's one of those books where there's like 6 or 7 different main characters and they're all in separate timelines, all in separate lives, but their stories kind of connect and converge. So if you're anything like me and you kind of enjoy a multi-generational novel or a novel with like multiple timelines, which is kind of why I love things like Zadie Smith, if you are a fan of those kinds of books like I am, then I think this would be very up your street. So it's like past in the 1400s in Constantinople, present day Idaho, future somewhere in space. If you're looking for just elegant prose and really, really well done characters and settings and a story that weaves together multiple lives just so seamlessly, then this is the book for you. And so far, I'm absolutely loving it. I am about 150 pages in and I have a whole lot more to go. It's quite a long book. I am in my new era of reading lots of literary fiction. I just finished The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper, which was incredible. I also recently read Vladimir. I'm just looking across my bookshelf because I can't remember who wrote it. Jonas, Julia May Jonas, Vladimir. And that was also literary fiction. That was also really good. So I'm just in a bit of a literary fiction kick at the minute and I'm really enjoying it because I kind of sometimes find literary fiction really intimidating, even though I know I love it and it's my favourite genre, especially if it's historical, which this is somewhat historical. So was The Wolf Den. I just generally put off reading it because I find it a bit intimidating, even though I know I love it. And I don't know why I find it intimidating. I have 4 years under my belt with studying literature at university level. I have a Bachelor of Arts and a Master's in English Literature. Why the hell am I intimidated by literary fiction? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a self-doubt thing of like, oh, I'm not going to understand it, it's going to go over my head, I'm not going to be like capable of reading it, and I'm like, that's just not true, so I need to stop that. That's enough yapping from me, I think. I am going to sit down with this. I'm going to go and make myself a mint tea first, I think, because I'm really in a mint tea phase right now. I'm going to make a mint tea and I'm going to sit down with my book.
Been to California, never been to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday.
Good morning, besties. Happy Tuesday. I'm off to work. I want to show you my outfit of the day. I've got on this like sweater vest thing with a white t-shirt, which I'm really a big fan of. It's really nice and knit and it's really soft and I just love the colour. And then I've got on these really funky jeans. That's the OOTD. I'm heading out the door. It's nearly 8 o'clock and oh god, you can't see that. Nearly 8 o'clock and the traffic is inevitably going to be bad, so we need to go an hour before work to try and get a space in the parking. So let's go.
shoulder, I keep missing his calls. It's funny just how easily a family can drift apart. Finally getting married to an angel in human form, but I still think about Nashville with staying.
Hello besties. I've hardly filmed today. It is currently, what day is it? Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. It's currently 5:45. I need to go in a minute because I'm tutoring a student at 6 o'clock. And I have to go to their house to tutor them. But I wanted to really quickly tell you that, hello, I'm still alive. I didn't film today. I had a very busy day at work. And then I met a friend for coffee. And then I came home, absolutely crashed on my bed. And I also finished reading Cloud Cuckoo Land, and it was so good. This is a mammoth beast of a book. It is such an undertaking. The way these different narratives weave together, so impressive. Such an impressive piece of writing to have been able to pull off all these different narratives, these different characters, these different timelines. I mean, this literally spans like 1500s to futuristic 2050s. So impressive to be able to manage and keep a handle on that many different narratives, that many different timelines, that many different characters. It's a clear 5 stars for me. I can now officially put it on my red shelf. Let's go together and put it on my... So this is my red shelf and she's very full, as you can see. Goes back 4 rows of books and I'm just gonna have to slap this one on top because I kind of quite simply have nowhere else to put it than just like on top of the ones that are already there. I am gonna go now. I'm going to go and teach my student. We're doing unseen poetry today, so I've got 3 different poems, which I don't actually know myself. I decided to make them unseen for me too, for the funsies. I will speak to you afterwards because we need to pick my next read. Okay, time to tutor. Oh my god, I feel like I'm in a police interrogation with this lamp directly on me. Let me try moving it so it's not quite as harsh of a light. That's a little bit better. It's gonna be harsh lighting because I do quite literally have a lamp shining in my face. It is like 8 p.m, which to me is really late. I like to go to bed early, so this is late for me. I'm in my pajamas and I'm just now sitting down at my TBR bookshelf to try and figure out what I'm going to read next. I think I've kind of made a decision, but I still want to talk through my options. The 2 books I have left on my October TBR, which I picked from my TBR jar, are Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, which is just there in her original cover in all her glory. Oh my god, so gorgeous. And then I also have Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange. Starting this, I really am opening up a can of worms. Like, I am starting a new series. I'm in the middle of a lot of series right now. I don't know if I really want to start this minute, which leaves me with Wandering Stars, which I embarrassingly have an ARC copy of this. I got sent, well, it came out in March, so I must have been sent it in like January, February, and I still haven't read it. I have the audiobook now, and I'm much more tempted by the audiobook than I am the physical book, so I think this is going to be my next audiobook read. Maybe I want something kind of fun and lighthearted alongside Tommy Orange, and I have Assistant the Villain on my shelf. I feel like I need to read this while we're still in spooky season, otherwise I'm not going to read it. So I think this will be my physical read alongside Tommy Orange. Okay, this camera angle is not working. Hold on. When I tell you I'm heartbroken right now, not exaggerating, I go on to my Scribd app. I'm like, oh, okay, let's start listening to the Wandering Stars audiobook. And I see 13 minutes left. I'm like, that's weird. Did I accidentally fall asleep listening to it and like only have 13 minutes left at some point? Like, that's really odd. I don't think I've listened to this audiobook. I click into it. What's the title of it? Wandering Stars, book summary and analysis. Quite frankly heartbroken because I had my heart set on listening to that audiobook next and now I can't. So I am going to have a check to see if it's available on my other platforms. Let me just... Wandering Stars. Cool, not on BorrowBox. Let's check Libby. If you guys didn't know, I don't know if this is like
Cheeky or not. I love past me. I obviously reserved Wandering Stars because look at my Libby. She's right there. I swear to God, this was not a planned bit. This has just worked out perfectly. That's more like it. 9 hours and 37 minutes. God, Gorgina. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's crank that speed up.
Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange. Richard Henry Grant.
Good morning, besties. We've made it into the office. And I'm actually the only one in today because we have some training going on off-site, which all the staff are at, but it doesn't really apply to my job. So I'm not there and it's just me in the office. I've just got in, I've made my coffee, so cheers. I'm gonna write my to-do list. The main thing that I'm thinking today is I want to film lots of social content because the office is empty. I have the time and the space, I'm not going to disrupt anybody. Hi besties, it's very nearly 12. I've just finished filming my social content. I did like 2 hours of filming bits and bobs here and there, and I'm now just waiting for a meeting to start at 12. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I absolutely hate waiting for meetings to start because I get really anxious before. And so I'm gonna hop on that meeting and then I think I'm gonna pop out of the office to get some fresh air for a bit as my lunch break. I have bought lunch with me, but I'm thinking like just a little stroll outside, even though it's kind of gloomy and looks kind of cold. I think some fresh air away from my screen is a good idea, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe grab a coffee if I fancy a little treat. I keep saying a little treat, but I go and get coffee basically every single day, so it's not really a treat at this point. But you know, whatever keeps you going, you know, why not? Hello besties. It's now Saturday around 10 AM. I haven't spoken to you in a little while and I want to explain why. Whilst I do my hair, because my hair is looking a bit atrocious. I've just finished doing my makeup for the day. I'm loving it. Just got this shirt yesterday. It's like a denim, indigo denim shirt and I'm obsessed with it. I bought it secondhand. It's secondhand to designer and I spent a bit of money on it. I don't want to talk about it, but I love it. I feel like it was a worthwhile investment, okay? I don't want to speak on that again. Another thing I don't want to speak on too much, but I do feel I want to let you know because it's something I've mentioned before and I feel like if I just stop mentioning it, then people will be like, oh, maybe what's going on there? I went through a breakup in the past few days. I'm very fortunate that it was a very nice breakup as far as breakups go. Like it wasn't, you know, like traumatic and horrible. Still feeling a little bit like emotionally delicate about that, obviously. Just realised I haven't put my necklace on, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something to my hair. I slicked it back yesterday, so I've got lots of product in it. So I think my best option is probably going to be to slick it back again. So as you can see behind me, the sun is shining beautifully and we are about to have people come and view our house. My parents are trying to sell the house, so we need to get out of that building, vacate the premises. So I think my mum and I are going to go for a little walk with the dog and also pick up a little coffee from the coffee shop I used to work in, which will be really nice to pop back there again. I also still do their window art, so I need to check in with them and see when I can come back and update the windows because they need updating. So that's the plan for this morning, and then this afternoon I'm gonna head to Bestie Millie's house. You guys know Bestie Millie. She's like the only bestie who's been featured on the YouTube channel, I think. We're going out tonight for Halloween. I was not planning on doing anything for Halloween, but there was an event that she was already going to support her boyfriend. He's a DJ. So she said, do you want to come along? I said, absolutely, yeah. So she's dressing up as Velma. We're gonna get ready together this afternoon. I'm dressing up as a black butterfly, which I can hear the comments already, like, Velma and a butterfly aren't scary, like, la, la, la. I don't care. Halloween is not to be scary. Halloween is to dress up for fun, in my opinion. And I'm doing like a spooky black and silver butterfly, so I feel like it's a little bit like dark and spooky. I don't know. So we're gonna get ready together this afternoon at her house. I'm gonna grab us some coffee, I think, before I go over to get ready, so we can have a little coffee while we get ready. So I'll bring you along for getting ready because Millie is comfortable in front of the camera, which is a godsend. Like, I don't want to shove my camera in people's faces if they don't want to be on camera. Millie is so up for it. I think my mum will be as well after when we go for our coffee. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to today. I'm just looking forward to getting out in the sunshine, spending time with my mum and my bestie. I think that's like, if you're going through any kind of breakup or just anything at all, any kind of life turmoil, there's nothing more valuable than just spending time with those you love and the people who make you feel like yourself, and getting out in the fresh air, in the sunshine. Like, if you can do that, that is the best thing you can do for yourself, I find. Wow, you know, there's a lot of product in my hair when I slick it back and I don't even need any gel. Like, that is just, it's just pure grease and product from yesterday that's left in my hair. And then tonight, I think I'm probably gonna slick it back because I really don't want to wash it. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in a fucking mood to wash my hair at all. I did last night fake tan, so I'm looking quite tanned today, but more than I had planned on being. We live and we learn. I think I probably need to get a little bit of a lighter tan, if I'm being honest. If you're wondering which one I use, I only started tanning in the last, like, well, actually this year. The first time I tanned was in March, and I went to Rome with my other bestie Charles, and she is like a self-tan girly, and she taught me how to do it because I'd never done it before. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. So she very sweetly like taught me how to fake tan, which is just like, that is female friendship, is like being almost butt naked together and teaching your bestie how to tan and helping her buy all the things she needs because she's never done it before. Like, what a girl. Love you, Charles. She got me onto the Bondi Sands self-tanning foam in the colour dark, and this is what I've been using since, and I just love it. I think it's like really easy to apply. The finish is really nice on me. It's like a very close shade to what my natural tan looks like, but I will say the dark one is a little bit dark potentially for winter. I now want to give you a bit of a reading update because the last time we spoke I was reading Assistant to the Villain. I have since finished it, and by that I mean I think I made it to about 80% and I DNF'd it. I could not get through this book. I was really confused reading this book. I knew going into it, just judging by the synopsis, judging by the kind of design of the cover, the way people had spoken about it, I kept telling people like, oh, it's like a kid's book for adults. It's very much like fun, silly, rom-com-y, slightly dark, fun, goofy time, basically. I don't know if I am just not a galley who likes a fun, goofy book. I don't really sometimes understand the humour in these kinds of things, and I don't always find they hold my attention very well, so it's probably a me thing more than it is this book. But I found the writing in this just genuinely painful to read, and I just really didn't buy into the chemistry between the main characters. So I plodded through 80% because I was like, this book is so short, like surely I can read a 300-page book that I don't particularly like I can get through it. I got to 80% and I was like, I actually don't think I can finish this. I have no will to read the last 20% of this book. This just was not for me at all, and I'm so gutted because I really hoped I would like it. I really wanted to like it, and I think it's probably about 60% of it is that I am maybe not suited to these kinds of books, and the other 40% is that I just don't think this is that good. I do need to pick out my next read. I like flicked through my audiobooks last night to see if there was anything that I really fancied, but I couldn't find an audiobook that I wanted to read, so I might need to pick a physical book off my shelf, but I think I'm going to leave that for later today because right now I just kind of want to go on my walk, so I'm going to come back and pick a book to read later, I think.
Who's to know what happens when
A little country walk in the sunshine.
countryside walk in the
at least this is an okay bar for running into you. It's an awful house, and I wanted to get you out.
Hi besties, as you will have seen, we just went for our walk. It was very nice. The sun is glorious. I can't believe it's nearly November and the sun is shining this much. It's just beautiful. We did grab a little coffee. It was very nice. I also picked up a few bits from a little boutique shop, which I love here. I'm actually really gutted because they are closing their storefront, and I think they're moving to just doing vintage fairs, fates, like just pop-ups. They're not really having a storefront anymore, which is such a shame because it's one of my favorite stores in Jersey. I don't know if you guys have seen, because I don't know if I've worn it on camera, but I have this really lovely light kind of bright blue sweater vest that I bought from them a couple of weeks ago. I've just worn it to death. It fits me perfectly. The color is gorgeous. The fabric is amazing. It's made in Italy. So I went in today and they had other colors. So I picked up 2 new colors. So I got one in navy, like so gorgeous. I also got this green, which is kind of different for me. Gorgina, like it's just such a lovely color. Now I really want to be going home, but we have someone viewing our house, as I mentioned. We can't go back until they've left. And they haven't left yet. They've been there for over an hour, which to me seems like quite a long time to view a house. So I think I'm going to go for a drive along the coast and then stall some time and then hopefully be home fairly soon. Hello darlings, I have got the goods. I've got the iced coffee, preparing Millie and I for our night of debauchery, and by that I mean sober boogieing. I just sat in the library, as you saw, for an hour and I read Brooke Montgomery's newest book, which I got an ARC for. Thank you so much Brooke Montgomery and team for sending me the ARC, because when I tell you I am a Sugarland Creek stan, I love that series so much. It's the most me book series ever. It's a cowboy romance and like the best tropes. So I've just started Only With Me. I am 25% in. It's off to a bit of a slow start, but it did say in the beginning in the notes that this is a slow burn romance. I quite like a slow burn, so I'm not mad at it. We've met our love interests. They have really good chemistry. I'm going to stop yapping now. I'm going to drive to Millie's so that we can get ready.